Welcome to Crawford Farms. Today we are doing bees. Doing an inspection. We harvested, what, 2 weeks ago?
Thereabout, yeah.
This is Michael Warren, my good buddy. So we started with 2 hives. Right, Michael?
That's correct.
And then we split those 2 hives and had 4, and then we added 4.
Correct.
Am I correct?
Correct.
So we're gonna go check on these guys and see how they're doing post-harvest.
You wanna look at our newest ones here first?
Yeah, let's
They'll be the
definitely check
least
these out.
complex. I'll put a little smoke on the top. As you see, they'll immediately scatter.
Oh, is that a little?
A beetle.
There he is right there. I'm gonna get him.
You got him? It's called the small hive beetle. That's one of the largest threats to bees.
But that's part of why we wanted to do these kind of videos, is to show that I think people are so intimidated by farming and intimidated by beekeeping and everything that kind of goes with it. And you really just have to kind of jump in, and a lot of it is trial and error.
Correct.
You know, I mean, obviously you want to educate yourself and go to bee meetings and so forth, but the amount that you've learned just by doing it is invaluable.
Bees organically will make a more round structure. We forced them into these square living facilities so that we can harvest better and just work better with them. Look at that. Look at that. There's comb, and if you see the moisture down in the cell, that means they're still putting honey in there. They're dehydrating it. As you see right here, this is already capped. These aren't, but it's moist. There's honey in there. They're waiting till they dehydrate that. And look on this side, same thing. Do you see all the capped honey? Working themselves away.
And you know, bees, once they collect their pollen and they're coming home, the last place they go before they come home is water source. And we have a little spring-fed pond right here next to the hives. I feel like adding the bees, having the water source, having everything here on property has almost created like this little mini ecosystem.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
I think a lot of what it is we're trying to do with everything on this property is just, in a lot of ways, just stay out of nature's path.
Yes.
And if they need assistance just here and there, like a little nudge, we're there to kind of give them a boost.
We split from this hive, which means we took some of the hive away to make another hive. It's doing just fine, but after we harvested honey this year, this one just started struggling a little bit. Basically, we're gonna split back into it. Next spring, we've got plenty, as you see, we got more than just 2 this year, and maybe I can find one of those frames that has a queen cell started, slide them all into here, feed them just a little bit early season, and hope to kickstart them off and they'll make their own.
So again, for us, it's just a matter of supporting nature, giving a nudge or a boost when we need to, but for the most part, just kind of staying out of its way, providing everything that we can so that it can have success, which again, clean water, no pesticides, blooms, flowers, and so forth. So this guy needs a little boost and a little nudge, and we're gonna do just that. So we just wanted to come out again and do a quick inspection and see how everything was doing post-harvest. We have decided, because we split so much this year and added bees to the property, that we're not going to do a fall harvest. We're only going to do 1. They're in great shape, all with the exception of 1, and that was one of the hives that we had initially split. So it's going to need a little bit of help, and what Mike's going to do is, in a couple of weeks, we'll come back out. We'll take one of those frames where they're producing little queens, and we'll slide that in there and see if it takes off. But otherwise, no mites, no beetles, no problem. Thank you guys. Thanks for coming out to Crawford Farms. See you next week.
Cheers.